Good day everybody, welcome to the Garmin Fenix 7 Pro tutorial series. In this video I will assume you know the basic functionality of the watch and know how to access all the relevant menus. If you are unfamiliar with the watch controls, please go to the overview video first. You can either click on the card at the top right or follow the link in the description below. Now on to the topic at hand. Let us try to explain all the watch face data points. I hope I get all of them. I've got some notes written down here, and I've also got the official Garmin explanation of what of some of the more complex data fields mean. So I will read that to you when we get to those data points. Let's first go to our watch faces so we can actually change the data points. I'm going to use the first watch face, and that top little circle there just above the hands, I'm going to use that for this watch face to explain the data points. First one we've got there is our battery days left on the watch, so the amount of days you will be able to currently use the watch on the charge that it's got now. Next, we've got our altimeter that shows you altitude, how high or above sea level you are. Can be below sea level as well, if you're in the Netherlands, for instance. So Garmin explains the following. It says altimeter and barometer. The watch contains an internal altimeter and barometer. The watch collects elevation and pressure data continuously, even in low power mode. The altimeter displays your approximate elevation based on pressure changes. Next one, we've got our VO2 Max. Garmin explains VO2 Max in the following way. VO2 Max is the maximum volume of oxygen in millimeters you can consume per minute per kilogram of body weight at your maximum performance. In simple terms, VO2 Max is an indication of athletic performance and should increase as your level of fitness improves. The Fenix device requires wrist-based heart rate or a compatible chest heart rate monitor to display your VO2 max estimate. The device has separate VO2 max estimates for running and cycling. You must run either outside with GPS or ride with a compatible power meter at a moderate level of intensity for several minutes to get an accurate VO2 max estimate. Next field we've got there is our body battery. Garmin explains it by saying your watch analyzes your heart rate variability, stress level, sleep quality, and activity data to determine your overall body battery level. Like a gas gauge on a car, it indicates your amount of available reserve energy. The body battery level range is from 5 to 100, where 5 to 25 is very low reserve energy, 26 to 50 is low reserve energy, 51 to 75 is medium reserve energy, and 76 to 100 is high reserve energy. Next one we've got there is your training readiness. Your training readiness is a score and a short message that helps you determine how ready you are for training each day. The scores is continuously calculated and updated throughout the day using these factors: your sleep score, your recovery time, your heart rate variability status, acute load, sleep history of the last 3 nights, and your stress history of the last 3 days. Next one, we've got our steps. That's the amount of steps you have done for the day. Then we have got our floors climbed, so how many floors you have climbed during that day. Then we've got our intensity minutes for the week. Garmin explains intensity minutes in the following way. To improve your health, organizations such as the WHO recommend at least 150 minutes per week of moderate intensity activity, such as brisk walking, or 75 minutes per week of vigorous intensity activity, such as running. The watch monitors your activity intensity and tracks your time spent participating in moderate to vigorous intense activity. Heart rate data is required to quantify vigorous intensity. The watch adds the amount of moderate activity minutes with the amount of vigorous activity minutes. Your total vigorous intensity minutes are doubled when added. Then the last one for this watch face, we've got our heart rate variability. Your watch analyzes your wrist heart rate readings while you are sleeping to determine your heart rate variability. Training, physical activity, sleep, nutrition, and a healthy habits all impact your heart rate variability. HRV, or heart rate variability values, can vary widely based on gender, age, and fitness level. A balanced HRV status may indicate positive signs of health, such as good training and recovery balance, greater cardiovascular fitness, and resilience to stress. An unbalanced or poor status may be a sign of fatigue, greater recovery needs, or increased stress. For best results, you should wear the watch while sleeping. The watch requires 3 weeks of consistent sleep data to display your heart rate variability status. That is it for this watch face. Let's go on to the next watch face. Next watch face, the data point is again on the top there. You see the one that just changed now to nothing and to something. First of all, you can obviously have the data point empty. The first one we've got there to be able to select is our controls menu. So it will show you some of the statuses of the watch that is in. For instance, if it's connected to Bluetooth, if you've got an alarm active, or if do not disturb is activated. Next one, we've got the day and the date. So it's a day of the week and then the day of the month it shows. Next one, we've got the day and the month. So we've got the day of the month, it's the 9th of January in this case. Then we've got our current heart rate. We've got our body battery. These are the amount of steps we have taken for the day. This is the amount of calories burned for the day. This is a combined value. So it is your resting calories and also your active calories. Then we've got the amount of floors climbed for the day. We've got our intensity minutes for the week. This is the amount of days that your watch can go on the current charge of the battery. This is the time of sunset or sunrise. It will change depending on what comes next. So the next event will be sunset at here where I am. That will happen at 3 minutes past 7. Once the sun has set, that will automatically change to sunrise and the time that the sun will rise. Then we've got our current altitude above sea level. Then we've got our barometer reading, so our air pressure. That little arrow to the left of it will show you the trend. So it was stable, and in the last few minutes it has gone up. That is the time of day. That is the time at UTC time, or the date line. Then if you have a second time zone on your watch, you will be able to display it there. If you do not have one set, you will not be able to select this data point. That is our calendar events. That is our phone notifications. That is the weather and also the current temperature. Here we have got the for the day, the high and low temperature for the day. Then we've got our recovery time. You can use your Garmin device with wrist-based heart rate or a compatible chest heart rate monitor to display how much time remains before you are fully recovered and ready for the next hard workout. The recovery time recommendations uses your VO2 Max estimate and may seem inaccurate at first. The device requires you to complete a few activities to learn about your performance. The recovery time appears immediately following an activity. The time counts down until it is optimal for you to attempt another hard workout. The device updates your recovery time throughout the day based on changes in sleep, stress, relaxation, and physical activity. Next point, we've got the distance that we've run for the day. Then we've got the distance that we've cycled for that day. Then we've got our pulse oxygen. So the pulse oximeter, I will go through that on a different menu, but you have to activate it to test your pulse oxygen, or you can have it do it continuously throughout the day and throughout the night. It does take a lot of battery power, so mine is always off. That's why I don't have any values. But Garmin explains it in the following manner. Your watch has a wrist-based pulse oximeter to gauge the peripheral saturation of oxygen in your blood. As your altitude increases, the level of oxygen in your blood can decrease. Knowing your oxygen saturation can help you determine how your body is acclimating to high altitudes for alpine sport and expedition. On the watch, your pulse oximeter readings appear as an oxygen saturation percentage and color on the graph. On your Garmin Connect account, you can view additional details about your pulse oximeter readings, including trends over multiple days. Okay. Next one is our respiratory rate. That's the amount of breaths that you take per minute. Then we've got our training readiness score again. We've got our VO2 max. We have the heart rate variability. There we've got the name of the of the watch, and then we are back to empty. So let's go to the graphic data point. These little small data points, I have discussed all of them before. You will be able to set them to a couple of data points that I've gone through before already. So here we've got a graphical representation of some of the data points. The first one is our battery level that is left on the current charge. There we've got our altitude. We've got our VO2 max. That is your body battery status. There is your training readiness, your steps of the day. Now, because it's a graph, the top part of the graph is your goal for that day. So you can see as that graph fills up, how closer you get to your goal amount of steps for the day. Next one is our floors climbed, exactly the same. This graph indicates to you how far you are from the goal that you've set or that is set automatically for you to complete during the day. Then we've got our intensity minutes for the week. Okay, let's go on to the third watch face. I apologize for the bird sounds you hear. I just do this in my bedroom. I don't have a dedicated sound booth or something to take these videos in. So there might be some background noises with dogs and birds and whatever. Anyways, let's go on. Now we're going to focus on the data point here to the top right. First one, we've got our day and day of the month. Then we've got our day of the month and the actual month, the 9th of January. There is our altitude. Here we've got our current heart rate. There is our body battery. That is the amount of days left on the battery charge. That is the current temperature at this moment. That is your highs and low temperature for that day. There is your amount of steps that you've taken for the day. That is when the sun is going to set. That will change over automatically to sunrise after the sun has set. Here is the complete calories burned for the day. So it is the active and passive calories calculated together. There's the amount of floors we've climbed for the day. There is our intensity minutes for the day. Then we've got the time of day, UTC time. That is your second time zone if you have set one. Here is calendar entries, how many you've got, how many phone notifications you have, your VO2 max. That is your recovery time. That is your running distance for the day. That is your biking distance for the day. Now let's go on to the next watch face. The fourth watch face we're going to do, we're going to look at some graphical data points. You will see the one that is flashing. It's got the graph at the top. I don't know if you'll be able to clearly see the color differences, but let's start with this. The first one is our battery percentage. On the right-hand side, it tells you what the amount of days left, and then you've got the full gauge on the top. So if it was fully colored, you will have 100% battery, and it gets depleted to the left as the day goes on or the weeks go on. Next, we've got our altimeter. So that is your altitude above sea level. Then we've got our VO2 max as a graph. We've got our body battery as a graph. There is our training readiness. That is the amount of steps you've taken for the day. The graph is indicating how far you are to your current daily goal. Then we've got the floors climbed for the day. Again, the same. On the graph, it will indicate how far away you are from your daily goal. Here we've got our intensity minutes that we've done for the week. And the graph is again your weekly goal that you've set for yourself or set automatically. Then we've got our heart rate variability that is determined during your sleep. Okay, let's go on to the next watch face. We are going to look at the data field where the name is flashing. So the first one is obviously the name of the watch, Phoenix. Next, we've got our day and day of the week and day of the month. We've got our day of the month and the actual month, the 9th of January. Then we've got our steps. It is the same as the previous one. It's a graph, indicates how far away you are from your daily goal. Then we've got sunrise and sunset. So you will see that there's a little white part, a little white square that shows us how far away we are from sunset, which is indicated by that little break in the line. Once we've passed that break in the line, then the next break in the line will be sunrise. Then we've got our heart rate and also a little bit of a history of what your heart rate was in the last couple of minutes. Then we've got our body battery, also again a graph that indicates how your body battery has been in the last couple of hours. Then we've got our training status. So Garmin explains training status in the following manner. These measurements are estimates that can help you track and understand your training activities. The measurements require you to complete activities for 2 weeks using wrist-based heart rate or a compatible chest rate heart rate monitor. Cycling performance measurements require a heart rate monitor and a power meter. The measurements may seem inaccurate at first when the watch is still learning about your performance. So basically what it does is that as you train, then the watch calculates if you're either maintaining your level of fitness at this moment, or if you're increasing it, or if it is decreasing. So the more you do, the more your training status will go up. Then we've got our estimate. So this is what the watch estimates my minutes per kilometer pace and my estimated 5 kilometer running race time will be. I don't know if you can change that to 10 or 21k because the watch can calculate that for you. I don't know if you can change it on the watch face. Next up, we've got our VO2 Max again. Then we've got our calories. This calories is now split in active and passive calories. So on the left-hand side is the amount of calories I've burned by being active for the day. And on the right-hand side is the amount of calories I've burned just by being passive and just being alive. Then we've got the amount of floors climbed. Then we can change that data area into separate areas. So we can change it to show one point, 2 or 3 sets. So if I change that one, I can put small little icons in that part, a couple of small icons in that part. I've got icons in that part. Okay. So that is for the top one. If we go down to the bottom, it indicates our solar charging. So how much solar your watch has gotten during the day. So that's the last couple of hours. I just got a little bit of sun there, very close to now. It was a couple of minutes ago. There's nothing, and there's just a name, and then we can start through them all again. That little icon there is also a solar charging icon. So the little lines around that sun will fill up as you expose your watch to the sun. And once it fills up, it will reset and it will start over again. That just gives you an indication of how much lux your watch has gathered from the sun and how much your battery has charged. There is our battery level again. We've got a percentage together with that indicator. And there we can just set the amount of, we can get extra icons on our watch there. Just quickly a special mention that just gives our altitude and also our altitude as on our history. So I went for a short bike ride, which is a bit downhill. So you can see a couple of minutes ago there was a dip in my altitude, and then you've got the barometer. Also gives you a trend for the last couple of hours, and then with the solar when I got some sun on the watch. It is very cloudy outside, so it wasn't a lot. That's it. That's all the data fields that I can think of that you need to know about. If if there's a data field that you don't know what it is, all you do is just activate it on the watch face, and then you apply that watch face, and then you just hold on that data field, and it will take you to the special menu for that exact data field. So, for instance, there where it says sundown at 7:30. Let's say you didn't know what that meant. If I just touch and hold there, it will take you to the menu that shows you the sunrise and sunset for the day. If you didn't know what that little heart thing at the top is, you just press and hold, and you will see it is your heart rate. So if there's any data fields that I did not discuss and you do not know what they mean, then you can just go and hold it, and it will take you to the menu, and you will then be able to understand exactly what that data field is.